Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? My name's Walter, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the top 5 best mods to do to any 392 6.4 liter and any Hemi for that matter. These mods that I'm about to list work well for the 5.7, the 6.4, and the 6.2 supercharged, so you can use them across all platforms, any challengers and chargers. And for this car that you guys see right here, this is my 2019 6.4 liter scat pack. And for the mods that I'm about to talk about right now, I'm going from least important to like number one everyone should be doing. But in general though, I recommend that everyone do these mods. These mods are proven to work well with, like I said, all challengers and chargers that have a Hemi in it. And as I start talking about each mod, I'll go more into depth, describe them a little bit, what they do and how they improve the vehicle. With all that said, let's pop the hood and go ahead and go down the list. Now, for the first mod that I'm going to recommend, like I said, this is going to be the least important one that I'm going to start off with on my top 5. Now, the first one that I'm going to recommend is going to be the 180-degree thermostat. Now, the reason why it's the first one on my list of least important, I still think it's a good mod, but I think it's the least important is because of the fact that Dodge really did a good job engineering this car. And for anybody who's gonna keep this car relatively stock and they want like reliable daily and they don't plan on doing anything or any type of like aggressive driving or anything like that, you're better off just keeping it stock. And if you do plan on doing future mods or maybe doing some track times or something like that, I would recommend getting a tune with that thermostat just so you can gain the most benefits from it. I have seen people add this to their car, and without a tune, it just seems to not really perform the best. And what I mean by that is it doesn't reach like the full 180 degrees that it claims it would, but it's because they don't have a tune. Now, what a thermostat does is it regulates the temperature within the engine, and it releases coolant to help lower down the overall temperature and prevent overheating. For example, I don't have one installed on my car right now just because as of right now I'm not adding any other performance mods to it. I'm saving up money, and that's things I'm going to be doing in the future. But when I do go in for a tune with those other mods, I'm definitely going to be adding it on. Now, the next mod on my list is going to have to be lowering springs or coilovers. Currently right now I'm a stock ride height. The good set of coilovers and lowering springs, you can definitely clear up this ugly air gap that you have right here. Now, I'm going to be doing this install myself relatively soon, so keep a lookout for that. But the benefits from lowering springs and coilovers is you're going to get better acceleration handling, you're going to get better handling overall, and like I said, you're also going to clear up a lot of that ugly wheel gap that you guys see right there. So not only do they look good, they also help improve the handling of the car. So that's why lowering springs or coilovers, I feel, are extremely important to add to any type of Challenger, Charger, Hemi build. Now, the third mod that I'm going to recommend you guys do is going to have to be changing out the stock tires. Now, currently the stock tires that I have right here are the Goodyear, I don't even know what these are. Oh, the Goodyear Eagle RSAs. It's an all-season tire. The size is 245, 45, 20. These 245s are way too small for what the 392 makes. With 485 horsepower, the tires are always squealing. These tires suck in the rain. Overall, they're just not great tires. The good thing about these tires though is they're really easy to let loose. Like if you're trying to have fun, do a burnout, do some slides. They don't have that much grip, so it makes it a lot easier. But there's so many tires on the market that are extremely better than these that come on the stock car. And with better tires, they're going to give you better acceleration, better handling, better overall performance. And even if you stick with the stock wheels, I highly recommend you at least go up to at least a 275, at least a little bit of a bigger tire, especially in the rear right there. Now, the next mod that I'm going to recommend to you guys is going to have to be with the exhaust. Stock 6.4 with the stock exhaust sounds absolutely great. To me, it's the best sounding V8 from all the other American V8s, in just my personal opinion. Now, I love Camaros and I love Mustangs, but just something about a Hemi, especially the 6.4s and the 6.2s, just sounds super aggressive, super deep, and I absolutely love it. But with that being said, I still think you can get even better sound with at least chopping up the mufflers or doing a full catback exhaust system. Even with the mid mufflers removed, This car sounds absolutely amazing. It sounds even better than some aftermarket exhaust. There are some companies that, I'm not trying to throw shade or anything, but in my opinion are just a little bit too quiet. They make the car sound even more quiet than if you were to just do a mid-muffler delete. So that's why if you're gonna do an exhaust, I personally would be careful of certain exhausts. You know, you don't want something that's gonna change the sound and make it sound like ass, because if that's gonna be the case, you're better off just doing a mid-muffler delete. Two exhaust companies that I'm personally considering using is currently between Borla or Corsa. Now, I haven't heard either of those in person. This is all from just videos, and to me, that's exactly what I want my car to sound like. Both of those exhausts are pretty loud from the research that I've done, and that's kind of what I'm looking for this car. I see a lot of people say nothing but great things for both of these exhausts. As of right now, those are two of them that I'm highly considering and that I might be doing soon to this car. Now, even though exhaust companies are going to claim you're going to gain a lot of horsepower or X, Y, and Z, that's not really going to be the case. You might gain some horsepower, like if you get a tune right after or something, following like other mods. Now, I do agree with that statement, but at the same time, I feel like overall it's just more for the sound. And I feel like that's a characteristic that's worth paying the $1,000 to $1,500, depending on the exhaust company you guys go with. I feel like it's a great way to change like the characteristic of this car. Because I've even heard some RTs, like the 5.7 liters with a mid-muffler delete, and they even sound really amazing for like the smaller V8. And I've heard other 6.4 liters with mid-muffler deletes in person, and they sound absolutely amazing, especially under acceleration. Now, this is going to be my #1 mod that I recommend every single Hemi owner to do on their car. And the mod that I'm talking about is gonna have to be an oil catch can. First mod that I did right away after after buying this car. Now, what the oil catch can does, in the most simplest terms, is it prevents oil and other contaminants from causing buildup inside the engine's intake manifold. Now, what I'm gonna do for you guys is I'm gonna leave a video down below by Engineering Explained. He has a full-on video about oil catch cans, even from expensive ones to inexpensive ones, all in one video. He goes extremely in depth, and he does a great job explaining what they do, the benefits. And I think in the second part of the video, he compares like a cheap, like I think it's like around 20 to 30 bucks to like a $150 one. Don't quote me, but I know he compares like different type of budget oil catch cans. I forgot what this one was. It was on American Muscle. I think it was like around $100. I don't really remember. But it's an extremely easy install to do, and you just bolt them on. You don't have to do any type of custom work or anything like that. So it's a really easy mod to do, and that's why I think it's worth it. Like I said, it helps keeping your engine healthy. This doesn't change the driving characteristics at all. It doesn't gain any performance. It's nothing like that. But I feel like your engine's overall health is extremely important, and that's why, to me, this is #1. Now, like I said, the one I have right here is the JLT 3.0. Alright guys, now that was the 5 mods that I highly recommend any Challenger Charger with the Hemi should do. Now, like I said, some of these mods I don't have on my personal car, but these are mods that I am planning to do in the near future. So if anyone wants to see some installs, go ahead and subscribe down below. Now, if any of you guys have any type of questions or comments or something like that, go ahead and leave them. I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. But yeah, if you guys need some more clarity or explaining or something like that, just leave a comment and I'll do my best to explain it. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm also curious too, what are your guys' top 5 mods? Would you guys change anything up on my list? Do you guys recommend changing the order? I'm curious as to what you guys think are like the must-haves for any type of Hemi powered car. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.